Bruce Wayne and myself have a bit of a problem going on, which leads me to this video. Now, Bruce Wayne had a spell of a day where he threw up his food twice, which prompts me to this video. Not so much his particular issue, but issues I've had in the past. So serious question, guys. Has your dog ever just puked bile, where it's foamy and yellow and they don't even have a full stomach, so there's no food in it, and you're just like, what is going on? Why is my dog puking up this yellow foamy disgustingness? And I've seen it with dogs on kibble, and I've seen it more with dogs on raw like Bruce Wayne. Now I'll get into Bruce Wayne's specific issue in a minute. Bruce Wayne, do you know we're the #1 Cane Corso channel on YouTube? This community is the #1 Cane Corso community on YouTube. Owners like me helping other owners get themselves a Bruce Wayne, and then these owners, yes, our YouTube fam, also helps us out with giving us good information. It's give and take, bro. You shouldn't be looking like Eeyore. So before we get into it, make sure to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, ring my ding-a-ling so you can see the newest videos on Cane Corsos or Bruce Wayne. Just gonna look down the whole time? Can't you look at the camera? The first time Bruce Wayne was getting these bile pukes, I was quite concerned. I'm like, bro, what is going on with your belly? Why are you throwing this up? Or why are you throwing up just weird foamy yellow stuff, right? You weren't sick. And I would feed him after, and he would quickly eat. So I started researching it. And you guys can just Google hunger pukes in dogs, and you're gonna find it. And essentially it comes down to, in layman's terms, non-scientifically, is the dog is hungry. The dog has an empty stomach, and due to the acid in the stomach, it's causing them to basically throw up. And it's not throwing up food because they have an empty stomach. It's literally just throwing up the bile in their stomach so they feel better. So basically bile comes from the liver and gallbladder, I believe, and it's in the small intestine. It just basically helps your dog break down and absorb their nutrient. It's very important in your dog's health. The issue is sometimes too much bile is produced, and then it causes them to have a stomach ache. And then that's when they get that yellow type foamy vomiting. Now, that's not always the case, okay? That's just one case, and I found that's typically when it happens to him, that's the reason. If your dog is constantly throwing up bile, it could be other health-related issues, but with Bruce, it's hunger pukes. Plain and simple. Layman's term, hunger pukes. How I fix it is I either I'll feed him 3 times a day, giving him slightly more food. Raw food's digested much faster than kibble, guys. Much, much faster. Which is also why I never recommend mixing kibble and raw, because the digestion rates is just different. So let me know if you guys have dealt with these type of hunger pukes. Now, on to the issue of Bruce's current state and why I am actually feeding him cooked food. This is his breakfast. Probably 2.5 pounds. That's boiled ground beef and ground turkey with some rice on top. Bruce Wayne, let me just grab this. As a puppy, Bruce used to get in everything in the yard, and it was such a chore to get him to stop eating dirt, for example. I never thought he'd grow out of it, but he did through some consistent training and just staying on top of him. And basically, I'd let him outside and either have him on a leash, that way I could correct him if he does it, or I'd always be watching him out the window where I could, yell NO to him if he started to do it. But, so we have like a little rock bed in the side of the house, nothing grows in there. And I found this pile of mushrooms. Can you guys see this? These mushrooms grow in our yard. And I'm always literally ripping them out of the yard and throwing them away because I don't want this dude to eat them. I'm extremely diligent about it too. Because I don't know if these are gonna kill my dog. I know dogs shouldn't be just eating random mushrooms, right? Well, I think those kind of grew under the deck a little bit where I couldn't see them. Now, I believe Bruce Wayne ingested some. Why do I say this? Because in that rock bed I just told you about, I found some chewed up mushrooms. So I believe he got into them, and I believe it gave him an upset stomach. He's still very hungry. He's eating a ton. He's extremely aggressive when he plays, and not in like an aggressive, mean way. He plays harder. When Bruce Wayne is very hungry, he plays harder. When Bruce Wayne hasn't played all day, he plays harder. If I wanted to do drill work with Bruce and he's extremely hungry and hasn't played all day, it's gonna be very hard for me to do drill work with him because he's gonna be level 10 wanting to go hard, not listen. So in that instance, I would either feed him or just play with him a little bit to get that extra energy out of him. I'm basically coming to you guys on this one. I don't know. Okay, this is where I'm coming to you guys. Whoa, Bruce, are you looking? You are looking at your shirt. This dude is legit looking at my best friend says Fang shirt. Bro, that's you. That is 100% you. Yes, we all know it. Yes, I love you too. And I'm gonna give you this food in a little bit. Now he's just gonna be looking down at that food the whole time. Bruce Wayne tried a piece of his ground hamburger. Can you show him how gentle you are? If you guys know anything about dogs eating mushrooms, let me know. Obviously, it's not the poisonous kind that's gonna kill him. He's still eating, he's still drinking, he's still pooping. He's just extra hungry. His stomach's been off. So that's what kind of triggered me into the hunger pukes, because he's so hungry lately, and then you can hear him swallowing a lot, and I think it's because of the bile, because of his stomach acids going on right now. Yesterday I fed him 3 times. I fed him 2 pounds at like 8, fed him 2 pounds at around noon, and then my wife fed him about 2 pounds around 7:30, 8 o'clock last night. So I'm probably gonna do the same schedule today. As a puppy, he was eating 5 to 7 pounds. As an adult now, he's eating around 4 to 5. Which is good because it's saving me some kashish. Because this dude is not cheap to feed a raw diet, aren't you, bro? And it's funny because his fur is already like turning slightly brown, and he's gonna probably start shedding because I've had him on this cooked food diet for around 4 days now. And it's crazy how quick he responds, and his coat will start to look like crap if I feed him cooked food. So I'm gonna feed him now. Comment down below on the mushroom thing if you guys ever dealt with it. Also on the bile thing. All right guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace. Good stay. Bruce, okay?